guys, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Tess. Today's video is going to be a side-by-side comparison of these two palettes. This is Hourglass Ambient Lighting Unlocked that released a couple years ago. This is last year's Ghost Edit palette. So on this side of my face, I'm wearing their 2020 Sculpture Mini. Hourglass also recently released the Sublime Flush blush as a single, so you're gonna see what it looks like on this side of my face. I have you all zoom in, application, demo, all the swatches, give you guys some references, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. Okay guys, let's just go ahead and apply the re-release shades on the right side of my face. So first I'm gonna go into this shade called Soft Light. Just honestly, I feel like even this shade is a little too deep for my skin tone. I'm just gonna lightly use it to set my under eyes. I mean, you can use it to like set the rest of your face, but I just think it's a little too deep. I don't even use this shade, honestly, at all. But if you have a deeper skin tone, this will be probably a better palette to get than the whole thing. Alright, so now I'm gonna just like go into bronzer, which I think is too orangey on my skin tone. I don't think it's super flattering on Asian skin tone. Angle brush, and I'm just gonna dip into this and just see, there's like shimmer, glitter. There's shimmer in this shade, and then it's just a little, I don't know, it's just not my favorite. I don't even use this palette on my clients. I just don't use it because it's just not have the first impression on my, or like my review and comparison on my channel. It was in Mandarin. And look at how orangey that looked. Yeah, later on, like I figure out why I didn't really love this palette as much as everyone else. I know like everyone in the beauty community recommended this one, but in my personal opinion, I love this one a lot more. It really comes down to personal preference, but I think if you're my skin tone, I would say skip Sculpture Minis. But in my personal opinion, I just didn't feel like the bronzers are super flattering on Asian skin tones. It's just too orangey. It's just not something that I would use on the daily, just because, you know, there's shimmer in this shade and it's a little orangey looking. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my favorite thing in this palette. That'll be the blush. This is Moon Flush. I'm just gonna pick it up and then this color is just like, it gives your skin that really healthy flush of color, you know? You just look sun-kissed, glowy, the type of I don't know how to describe it. I mean, maybe you should get the mini just because the blush. That's stunning. One of my favorite blushes, like ever. It's just beautiful, right? I love the blush. Final step, we're going to put some highlighter on. I mean, this highlighter, I really don't mind it. I don't mind it for like an inner corner brow bone moment, but it is one of those little glittery, you know, one of those like a little glittery beaming highlight for sure. And you can see the pores, you know, you can see a little bit of the pores if you do this highlight. I don't mind the highlight and the blush. I really love the blush in the mini sculpture, but the bronzer is a no. Guys, on the left side of my face, I'm going to my favorite palette, Ghost Edit. I really love this palette though. I use it a shit ton. I'm just gonna go into my sponge and I'm going to set my under eye and immediately look at the difference. Diffuse light will really give that highlighting a soft look to your face, you know, look at the difference. This is honestly why I didn't really love that Edit Unlock palette like a lot of people do. I just feel like Ghost palette is my bitch, you know? The Ghost, get the Ghost. Look at the difference. This is just like brightens it, immediately see the difference, right? I'm just gonna press it on my forehead, you know, give it a little like light, bring a little bit of a light to my face. I think this shade is so perfect for my skin tone. I'm gonna go into a smaller brush. This is pinky neutral type of a bronzer, and you can totally use it to sculpt your face, you know? I don't know if you guys can see the difference. This is just orangey tone. This is a little pink tone. So for me, I feel like it's a little flattering. Plus, there's no shimmer, no glitter, and then you can use it to contour or bronze. Sometimes I just use contour and bronze in one shade. You know, when I'm lazy and I just want some color on my face, I just do contour and bronze. I'm using this palette. It's really beautiful. This is just more of a cool tone bronzer. It kind of just like complements my skin tone a lot better, I think. And this is just a little too orangey for my liking. For this palette, I get the hype. I get why, you know, Hourglass is really good with their ambient lighting powders. So I'm gonna go into Sublime Flush so you guys can see. It's just so pretty. I love this blush too. There's a little satin sheen. You guys can see the sheen, right? Cool tone baby pink. Alright, this is the comparison. This is just a little... There's definitely a sheen to this blush as well, but it's not obnoxiously sheeny. And there's this just feeling a little toasted on this side of my face. This is just like really pretty, I don't know, very natural, but blushed, you know? Okay, so for my highlight, I'm just going to go into this pink one, tap it off. This is one of those like natural sheeny type of a highlight. It's not chunky, glittery, which I find it really like flattering for, you know, my skin tone. And you don't really see the pores that much, you know. It's one of those like, you can see pores on this side a lot more than this. This is just like very subtle, very elegant, sophisticated type of a highlight, which I'm like really into these days. Just to give you guys my conclusion on both of the palettes. So their new Sculpture mini palette, I would say you can skip because, you know, I hardly reach for this palette. I have this palette for a long time. So I only reach for this blush and this highlight sometimes. I don't really even use this shade because there's a lot of glitter in there, and there's a lot of glitter in the bronzer that I don't like, and also pulls pretty orange on my skin tone. If you have medium to tan skin tone, I think this will be your best friend. If you like my skin tone and even more pale, get the Ghost Edit, because this is just perfection in my opinion. I mean, I love the shades in here, I love the blush, I love the bronzer in here. It's very neutral, it complements my skin really, really well. I don't feel like I necessarily have to contour. I can just use this bronzer to bronze and contour, you know, and everything just like blends seamlessly. Highly recommend the Ghost palette, 10 out of 10. Love it so much. The Sculpture Mini, on the other hand, if you're not there for the blush, you don't like a orangey, like a shimmery bronzer, I would say definitely skip the Sculpture palette. It's really up to personal preferences. There's nothing wrong with the quality. I just feel like it's just too deep. It's too dark and a little too expensive if you just want to get the blush. They also recently released a Sublime Flush as a single blush. So if you like the blush, I would say definitely go for it. I really, really love this blush too. And yeah, just between the two, definitely Ghost Edit. Favorite like face palette ever. Love this palette so much. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy and find this one helpful. If you do, please like this video, share it with your friends, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I'll list them down below, and I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.